Hello, this is ZecFlow, a platform that lets you build private agentic Web3 workflows. So we are going to achieve this using Zcash. So in this Zcash, if you connect Zcash block, which is include Zcash send, and then this memo passer, this one is just our auxiliary blocks. So we are using NewDB for private data storage, then Nillion for private AI processing, and NewCC for private confidential compute. And all these blocks are provided by Nillion. So you can see how it works. First of all, a trigger starts the workflow. After the trigger, then we validate the data. It's not like this validation is done client side, then the compute will start executing the workflow logic that you set. Then this set, so it can be Zcash or it can be sending something to your database. So let's run a demo so you can see. So here we have two basic demos at this point, but you can create custom demo yourself later. So you can see we are going to run a medical diagnosis. This is private because no data is actually leaked. So let's start. Hello, I have cough, headache and sore throat. Please, what is wrong? Okay, so let me choose my age. Let me also put 22. Okay, so this shield diagnosis, this means that we are going to use NewDB for data storage. So let's actually start the flow. Okay, so while this is processing, let me show you some of the workflows. You can see this is our loan demo workflow. You can see what you have here. So we have the payload and then loan record. This payload is where the data processing starts, like the user form. Then this loan record, is just this Nillion store state. You can see the block. You can see you can see state store. So this is like the block that is here. We are storing the record in Nillion DB, that is NewDB. Okay, so this DTI is where we are actually checking the user's debt to income ratio. So you can see how it works. So we check the results, then check. You can see existing debt against income. So you can see it. So yeah, that's how it works. So you can see other blocks. If DTI is too high, we are not going to approve the loan, but if it is low, we are going to approve. So you can see approved. So it will check if the amount approved is higher than the amount that we actually set for for our record. Like if we said that we are going to be remitting this amount to a particular user, that it should not exceed the amount. So you can see if request is too high, the workflow is not going to succeed. You get? So you can see approved amount. If approved, then we use Nillion. You can see this Nillion, this new AI Nillion reasoning. Okay, see Nillion reasoning. This is what we are going to use to actually get a reason for it. Then we send results. If we send results, we can make this Zcash transfer to the user. If the user puts their Zcash memo, their Zcash address in the form, but it's not actually in the form at the moment. So yeah, okay, so you can see that our medical diagnosis succeeded. So you can see success, it was successful. So you can see the attestation. Then you can see if we review results, you can see you likely have common cold or viral infection, and I recommend resting, drinking fluid, and considering over-the-counter pain relief. You can see. So that's how it works. So let's view the raw attestation. Okay, so this is the raw attestation showing that our compute actually use trusted execution environments. So let's review that medical diagnosis flow once again. So you can see the flow. the payload, which is the form that the user submitted. Then this is the case file, which is just like that state store block. So we store the this in state. So that's why they like the alias is just like state case file. So you can see this one, diagnosis. This is like, you know, where we are actually using this Nillion. This is Nillion block. We are using it to like, you know, process like the request that the user sent. So you can see we use this in store state. We use another store this in store state to store this in diagnosis. So that's basically how it works. You can see let's just like, you know, go over to this, and you can see our dashboard. Okay, so you can see our dashboard. You can see our success over time, so 40%. So you can see the workflows we have, and then this is our execution runs, like, which is the data that we have processed so far. So this trigger is basically what starts a workflow. It depends on how you set it. So it can be HTTP webhook, Zcast transactions, scheduler, then Twitter post, GitHub commit, or custom HTTP. So for instance, in that form now, if you said that, if you use this custom HTTP, if you said that like once a data comes into this into a particular endpoint, it should trigger the flow. So you are going to add your connector to actually achieve that. If you add a connector, this connector now, let me just put for custom HTTP. So you will set the authentication header here so that you can be able to access that resources. So that's basically how it works. You can see here is the compute blocks. So yeah, thank you.